Howdy folks, welcome to today's episode, or whatever we're going to call it. Yeah, today's thing. We're going to do some more practice, same airport. So if you look, you can see here that this lake right here and this one right here are lined up with the runway that we're using, because I guess I'm not using this runway for right now because I don't think there's pappy lights for that runway. So if we look, you come down here, so what you can see here is that if you go off to the side, this is how close you have to be, like in line, how many degrees. What I'm talking about is these little lights, if you can see them. Let's come in a little bit closer. But as you can see, the lights are visible only within a certain cone, you know? So yeah, and basically as you go up higher, they turn white, and then you come down lower, and one of them turns red, and then two of them, and then 3 and 4. So the lower you go, the more of them turn red. So each of them, if you picture it like, you know, stick your fingers out, and each of your fingers is one of those cones of the things, and then they overlap, you know what I mean? So, but anyway. And yeah, you guys probably already know that anyway. But this one doesn't seem to have the landing lights. So yeah, and I want to use those right now. I want to get practice at, because they're helping me, those are helping me get the sense of, you know, where I need to be as far as the, so if you see here, like, you're too low, that's where you want to be. If you're up here, you're too high. Down here, you're too low. So you want to be here when you're this far out. So that's, I need to gain that sense of, you know, of how high up I need to be from how far. And if you look, see, you can see them from here. You can see them from here. You can see them from here. You can see them from way out. So I'm not sure why. I think what happened is if you go over this way, see, they disappear right here. So you do have to be within a certain range. But it looks like if we come from this lake right here, if we're over this lake right here, which I think that's over by Madison or something, isn't it? No, it's not that far. Okay. No, that's not that far. Okay. But yeah, this lake over here is where you need to be. And I think actually this one is fine too, because that's plenty of, I think that's plenty of space to come down. So I think that's what we need to be, is we need to be over that lake. And so I can let's see what I've got here. That might, no, that's, I think that's, yeah, that's not Madison. Okay, I'm looking at my map over here. Okay, so anyway, that's the plan for today, is we're gonna fly out. Let's look at the windsock again real quick here. We basically have a crosswind. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off from this runway, and then we'll end up landing on this one. So that's what we'll do, is we'll take off on this runway. So we're going to taxi over to here. Well, we're going to come up here. So we're going to taxi over this way down here. See, there's not even a way to taxi to that, is there? I think that runway must be closed or something. So we're gonna do that anyway. Or we'll just take off on the crosswind. Yeah, we'll just take off the crosswind. All right. So that's the plan. We're gonna take off this way. We're gonna fly out to the left, come back over that lake, and then land here. So that's the plan. Let's get doing it, right? Let's start doing it. Okay, so let's get our checklist, and we're gonna say we did our pre-check. That's where you walk around outside, and I might walk through that at some point. If that's something that people want to do, we can walk through it. Okay, so our brakes are set. As you can see here, why is my thing not responding? It's not showing. It is responding. It's not showing. Huh. Okay. So brakes are set. Circuit breakers are all in. That's these. Yep, we check those. Carburetor heat, which is over here. I'm not sure why it's not showing the thing. Okay, carburetor heat, avionics, yeah, and fuel shutoff valve, which is down here. Okay, that's checked. So battery master switch, if we can hit it. Is the thing going to be in the way? Is it really? Okay, let's do this for a second. I don't know if it's because I zoomed out or what. That's weird. Let's go like this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Huh, okay. Because they're not controlling, they're not responding this way. Let me reload this and I'll be right back. We're going to reload the aircraft. I'll be right back. Oh, you know what it is? It's not the aircraft. It's reloading right now, but it's not the aircraft. We're in replay mode. I hit the... Use the dot and the comma key to zoom in and out when you're in that other mode. And the slash key right next to it is one of the replay keys. So I'm going to have to... It's going to take a minute. And then I have to... Yeah, see, it's reloading everything. It's going to take a minute, and then I'm going to have to... get the thing out of replay mode. There we go. All right, so let's see. Yeah, see, this is all on and everything too. There we go. Okay, so we had our brakes, our carb heat, our circuit breakers. All of our lights are on. Oh, I did find the source of the clicking. The source of the clicking was these strobe lights on the thing. Because they were doing, they're not on right now because the battery's off, but they were doing they do 2 here, 2 here. They go tick, 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 and that's what the sound was that we were hearing. That annoying tick, tick thing. Okay, so let's get the checklist out. And so we did that stuff the first time, circuit breakers, all that. All right, battery master switch on. Why is this not sliding? There we go. All right, battery master switch on. Alternator mixture to rich. So our mixture is going to be rich. We're going to go like that. Throttle 1/2 inch open, so all the way out and then in 1/2 inch. Propeller clear. Clear. We're going to yell that out the window before we start it, so we don't chop anybody up. Ignition. Is it going to start? It's going to do this thing to me again. Okay, that was weird. Huh. Yeah, that was odd. Okay. All right, engine started. Confirm. Ignition switch to both. Okay. Throttle adjust. Oil pressure. See our oil pressure here. There's our oil pressure. Check. Okay. Oh, I did find this is what we were needed to look at before. That little thing that says suction right there. That's what we needed to look at. So I'll show you that in a minute. Throttle 800 to 1,000. There we go. We want it up there to 1,000. All right, that's our engine check. Taxi area clear. Parking brake release, and we do that with this, and then throttle apply slowly, brakes and steering. All right, so we're also going to you can close that. We're also going to make sure that when we turn the steering to the left, our ailerons go the correct way. Elevator, elevator, and rudder. All right, so we're all good. We can turn the throttle down and get to taxiing here. We need to go up and set our compass. There we go. It's getting easier. My sense of which way I'm supposed to go is definitely getting more natural. I don't have to think about which way I want to push to steer. So that's a good thing. What was the other one? There was another one I thought of. It's even when you're running, you push on the foot that's the opposite direction of the direction you want to go. But there was another one that I was... Oh, it's when you're riding on a sled. You remember the old sleds were like the wooden sled with the metal rails? and you sit on the sled, right? On your butt. You sit on the sled with your butt, and then there's the crossbar on the front, and you put your feet on that, and you hold on to the rope, and you push your feet, it bends the rail. Okay, so we want to make sure this is, what we do is, this thing here, you adjust this to make sure that your thing is right, but what you can do is on here, you can click it, and it'll set it to the correct heading. So, there we go. We are heading south, and we want to ground check, throttle 17. Okay, throttle 1700 RPM. We're actually supposed to set the parking brake to do this, which is right here. But it won't let me set it because I'm holding the toe brakes. Okay, magnetos, we want to make sure that we get a 125. Whoops. There we go. A little bit of drop. Back to both. It goes up. Whoops. And there. Okay. We're good. Alright. Put it back on run. Vacuum is, there we go. That's the suction, is the vacuum right there. So it's in the green there. 4.5 to 5.4. Yeah, see. Okay. Oil temperature and pressure is right here. Oil temp, oil pressure, both are good. Ammeter is over here, looks good. Carburetor heat is check, and throttle back to that. Okay, so we're good on that. We can start taking off again. You can zoom back out. Wouldn't that be cool if you could do that with your eyes? Zoom in and out like that. I mean, you kind of do, right? That's what squinting does. You kind of do. You lean your head forward and you kind of focus in on the, you know, the center of your vision, kind of thing. You tunnel vision. All right. Yeah, it looks kind of, the cockpit looks really long when you do that, doesn't it? When we change the FOV out here like that. There we go. All right, we can go a little bit faster here. There we go. Part of that is I just want to practice messing with the throttle so that, again, I gain the sense of where the throttle should be. Yeah, it's a little, well, it's not. Okay. This thing is adjusting to real world conditions. We've got like storms that are blowing in and out. Just rain. Not really thunderstorms or anything, but rain that's blowing in and out. So I think it's doing that. Alright, we're going to slow down. Speed up a little. There we go. Zoom out a little bit here. This part looks weird when we do that, but I mean, seriously, when you can't even see like the window to the side at all, the field of vision is so weird. Alright, and then we're gonna go right on this taxiway here. We'll see what way the wind is still blowing. Hopefully. If we can. So I adjusted the pedal sensitivity. I adjusted the curve on the pedals so that it's not so ridiculous where I've got like most of the move. I have to move the pedals most of the way to turn instead of like, you know, a hair. so we got that going for us too. All right, I'm going to move my map here. So if the screen blacks out for a second, it's because I moved focus to the map. Just FYI. And then I know there's a follow the plane mode on the map. I need to find that. Alright, we're almost there. I need to let off the throttle here. There we go. Definitely getting better about that. I did some taxiing. I didn't want to just sit there and taxi on screen for an hour. That would be boring. But yeah, I did spend a bunch of time just with the throttle and the foot pedals only, just on the ground, doing nothing but taxiing around this airport. So that helps too. Alright, and then that's back to the... Yep, that goes back to the apron. Or whatever. We're going to slow down a little bit here for this curve. I like how they got the windsock right there. It's a coincidence, right? It's not like they did it on purpose. As if it would be useful. Okay, so we're going to have a crosswind when we take off, which is going to be fun. Alright, and it's about as much of a crosswind as you can ask for, too. Let's see, let's check out the outside of the plane again. Let's check out the external view here. There we go. Yeah, that's about as much of a crosswind as you can ask for. Let's see. Where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. I mean, yeah. That's... Alright. Alright, cool. So we're going to do our final master switch. Whoops. Master switch check, alternator switch check, flight instruments. They're still there. Mixture is set. Oh, definitely need to do that. Yeah. I never turned that back in. Okay. That's not on my checklist anywhere, is it? Let's give it some, get it some throttle back. Okay. Primer locked, which is down here. Check. Flaps set, trim set. We're not using flaps. Trim is set. Whoops. I'm trying to zoom in, not move the trim. Let's go like this. See? You want to put that in the center. Alright. And controls are free. Yep, external lights are on. Are the external lights on? Because I didn't see them last time. Oh, that's because our battery was off. So if we go out here, there you go. See, there's our tick, 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 tick. That's what the ticking was. Alright, doors are closed, and we are good. So, let's do it. Let's get moving here. I think we're going into the wind right now. The wind is coming from our right. Yeah. The wind is, we're heading into the wind, so it's going to be coming from our right when we take off, that is. So, it's going to be fun. And I don't remember which way the plane wants to move. It wants to... The torque from the propeller when you throttle up is also a thing. So... Let's do this. We want to get up to... Whoa, we want to get up to 55 before we rotate. And rotate. And we want to stay at 65. There we go. It's a little loud. Sorry. I'll lean forward to turn down the speakers there. They're a little loud. I'm going to have to lean forward again to turn those down, but I want to get a little bit more stable here before we do that. There we go. 65. Want to stay at 65. There we go. Much better. Alright. So basically we're leaving the throttle in. We're going to adjust our pitch. We're going to adjust the pitch to keep our speed at 65. And our heading should be, we want to head north. Pretty much due north, so turn a little bit here. Now we are flying without instruments, so I do want to Yeah, actually it wants to just stay right here. I'm not having to fight it to stay at 70, so I'm gonna say that's pretty good. I'm gonna even adjust the trim a little bit to, there we go. And we're coming up to 2,500. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the throttle off to let our climb rate come back down. There we go. And we're going to adjust the trim. We want to stay going north. There we go. Okay, so I'm watching this. I want to keep this. I'm not watching it like only, but I'm trying to keep that so that we can keep our altitude at 2,500 here. To see we're still wanting to climb. It's wanting to climb. So part of that is I need to back off on the throttle. There we go. And then we'll bring the trim up. But yeah, your throttle and your pitch are the two things that you want to keep going in the right, that you use to control your speed and your climb rate. There we go. Those two things work together to produce your climb, your rate of climb. Alright, and then we're gonna, it's wanting to still climb, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna drop off the throttle a little bit. Try to keep the trim adjusted. We're gonna cruise at 80 here. And we're gonna take a left to go west. A little bit of rudder, keep us from slipping so much. Alright, we're getting too much speed. We're going to back off a little bit on the throttle. I need to use that specific term, back off, because then it pull back. That is, pull back on the throttle. Right? Ease back. Use the term back a lot. Okay, now we're coming down. There we go. Now I need to find, I think I found the right throttle now. I need to find the right trim on the pitch to keep us where we're at. There we go. I'm going to go west for a bit. I swear it feels like these, it feels like these clouds are like 2 inches above us. Let me see. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Alright. It looks like, wow, I completely let go of the controls and actually got it in a decent configuration right now. Okay, and we are heading toward these lakes here. Okay. These 3 lakes here. Mud Lake Wildlife Area is what it says. It'd be interesting to do this in like multi-layer where you can look at where the viewer could like swap over to the map and look at it by changing which view they're looking at or something. Render this at 360 so you can look over to the side to, to see the map, right? Alright. But I think we want to go mostly over toward those lakes, but we're going to turn left soon here. Because we're going to go over that lake, I believe, is where we need to be. Yep. So we're going to go past that a little bit, and then we're going to take a left to go south. And we're dropping a little bit of altitude, so I'm going to adjust the trim up just a tiny bit. There we go. It's nice and stable again. I'm kind of surprised. I would expect the plane to get bounced around a lot more in this. But I guess not. Alright, soon here we're going to turn south, I think over this road maybe. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to take a left to go south. This coordinator, I swear this coordinator never moves. I don't know if this coordinator is broken or not, but this thing, that little ball should be, because I'm not, if I don't do anything on the, let's see, if I hit the pedals, it does move around. Okay, I just wanted to see if it moves around. Alright, it is moving around. There we go. It's just, I know it should be moving more than that. Are we climbing again? Yes. There we go. There we go. Okay. Trying to get our climb rate stabilized again. We dropped a couple 100 feet during that turn, didn't we? Okay. Let's come back up here. And let me see, this river to our left, the river to the right goes over to Lake Mills. And that's way farther than where we need to be. Okay. I think we just need to follow this road down here, down into town, and then take a left, a long left. So heading 2-3. And that should put us in line with the runway. So we're going to go south here for a while. Seem to have found a good combination of configuration of pitch, trim, and throttle. Actually, I think I need a little bit more throttle because we're dropping. See if we can get a little bit. There we go. It's kind of counterintuitive there too, where you use the throttle to adjust your climb rate and you use your pitch to adjust your speed, which to me seems like it should be the other way around. If I want to slow down, I pull back to, you know what I mean? But yeah, you will slow down if you pull back, but you'll also climb, so. Okay. Get a little bit more. A little ways to go. I think we're about halfway down our south leg here. I think that's the airport over there. Yeah. Yeah. Or it's just the reflection in the window, right? And we're drifting because I'm not paying attention. Alright. We've been slowly dropping altitude here. Let's get our altitude back. Bring it up about a couple 100 feet a minute, right? It's wanting to slow down because I'm trying to climb. I want to get back up to 2,500, so give a little more throttle. There we go. Let's see if we can climb at 500 feet per minute. I don't know what that is in metric. What's metric for a minute? Feet's easy enough, right? 3 1/3 per meter. 10 meters is 3 feet. 3 feet is 10 meters. Or I'm sorry, 3 meters is 10 feet. Yeah, that too. Fractions are the same if they're upside down, aren't they? Sure thing. Alright, see, that lake over there is the one we're going to want to fly over. That lake over to our left there. See, it keeps wanting to come back down. But yeah, this lake right over here is what we want to go over. There we go. because we're going to lose some altitude when we turn again if I'm not paying attention, and there's a lot to do when you're turning, so trying to turn without losing altitude is another skill that you have to build up. It's not that it's hard or impossible or anything, but it's a skill that you do have to work your way up to. And actually, speaking of turning, we do need to do that now. So we're tilting just a little bit too much. There we go. All right. I'm climbing now. Is that right? And I'm pitching way up. I'm not sure why I'm pitching up so much. Okay, so we need to get over this lake first. There we go. And I think that's the Pappy lights. There we go. There's our lights. Right over there. There's our lights. And I think we're too high for them. But yeah, we can see them right over there. So we need to get over this lake. And we're going to start dropping our throttle a little here. Oh yeah, we definitely need to drop some throttle. We were speeding up way too much on that turn. I was paying attention to that thing. Okay, so we need to start our descent. There we go. There's the lights. There's our lights. We've got 4. Okay. So, yep, we do need to start descending. Let's pull back a little on the throttle here. Start turning. We need to basically get into a stabilized configuration here. Is that 1 red? I think that's one. I think we got 1 red. So we're coming down into where we need to be. We need to get our climb rate. Yeah, we need to get it at about 400 feet a minute once we get into the zone here. Slow down a little bit more. Let's take back all the way off the throttle here for a second. There we go. Alright, it looks like we are now on the glide slope, so we need to maintain a 300-400 feet a minute. Zoom back out here. No, okay, we're dropping too fast. Did we just... There they are. Yeah, we're too low and we're off to the left. The runway's off to the left. There we go. Alright. We need to drop some flaps here too. There we go. We need to drop some speed here. We need to bring our speed down to 65. Yeah, there we go. There we go. 65. And we're probably going to have to crab into the wind. Nope, we're dropping too much here. Need more throttle. More throttle. More throttle. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. How nice was that? He really wants to push to the right. Okay. That was pretty good. Especially considering what a crosswind that was. Okay. Can we stop in time for that? Nope. Okay. Look at the next one. There we go. Still got to work on those toe brakes. Alright. And we'll jump off on this one here. Oh, that's the runway. Whoops. That's okay. Shh, don't tell anybody. Alright. I was wondering why there wasn't a yellow line there. Right, let's get back on the center here. Okay. You wouldn't have somebody coming across both, landing at both runways at the same time anyway. Whatever the pattern is you're using, everybody's using the one runway, so you wouldn't have cross traffic on there unless you were landing on the wrong runway. Okay. Did we really come that far? I think we landed going pretty fast. And I'm not sure why the landing thing didn't show up. My little landing with Lua or whatever it's called, the mod that shows you what your vertical speed was and how long your float was and everything. Apparently it didn't recognize that I had landed. So I'm not sure what's up with that. But I think we did pretty good on that one. Especially considering, like I said, considering the conditions, that was pretty good. And all the adjustments to throttle and everything. I'm getting better about knowing what to do with the flaps too, as far as like, I was able to put the flaps down without the nose coming way up to the sky again. So, because when you put the flaps down, here, when you put the flaps down, it really pulls the, here, let's do that again. When you put the flaps down, it pushes the nose up. So, and you have to push pretty hard forward on the yoke in order to keep from basically trying to point up at the sky. Why is it stopping? There we go. Not sure why it's stopping. That was weird. I don't think my feet were on the brakes, so I'm not sure why it was trying to stop there. Alright, so anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for this time. I think we are good, and so stay tuned for some replays of the landing there on our outro as usual, and we'll see you next time. Later.